All right, let's set the scene. The date is March 15th, 2026. For almost 2 decades, the smartphone, well, it's been the center of our entire digital universe. But that time is officially over. Yeah, the device that basically defined a generation, it's on its way out. So how in the world did we get here? And maybe more importantly, where are we headed next? Let's get into it.
And look, this isn't some wild guess about the future anymore. This is what's happening right now. That little glowing rectangle we've all been obsessively carrying around is starting to look as old-fashioned as a flip phone. We are literally watching the end of an era and the start of something totally different.
For so long, that phone was our main window to the internet, right? But what's happening today is that window is basically dissolving. The line between what we're thinking and what we can do digitally is just vanishing. So, what's really behind this huge shift? Well, it all starts with the most basic part of the whole thing, the screen itself, or, the fact that it's going away.
The big idea here, the multi-billion-dollar bet that all of big tech is making, is to just get rid of that glass barrier between your brain and the internet, for good.
I mean, think about it for a second. Some studies are showing that we now spend more than a third of our day just staring at a screen. That's a huge bottleneck for information. The new way of doing things isn't something you hold in your hand and stare at. It's a layer on top of reality that you just experience. And this pretty much lays out the whole journey. You can see the progression, right? We started with the phone in our hand. That's the past. Now, we're in the era of wearable displays. And where we're headed, and it's coming fast, is straight towards neural implants. Okay, so where are we right now in this whole evolution? Well, in 2026, it is all about the battle for your eyes. This is the part of the revolution that's going mainstream, and it's all happening on our faces. Yeah, people in the know are calling this moment the Great Convergence. It's basically the point where the big dream for smart glasses finally lined up with the actual technology. It's powerful enough, small enough, and efficient enough to just blend right into our lives. And of course, you've got the heavy hitters slugging it out. But forget those bulky, kind of dorky headsets from a few years ago. We're now talking about high-fashion frames, like the new stuff from Google and Warby Parker, that you literally can't tell apart from regular glasses. The industry has a fancy term for it, spatial computing. But for the rest of us, it's actually pretty simple. Just imagine a world where digital info isn't trapped on a little screen. Instead, it's just out there, projected onto the world around you. A dynamic layer of data that's part of your reality. And think about how this actually works day to day. Why would you check your phone for a notification when it can just float quietly in your vision? Why look down at a map when a glowing line can just guide you right down the street? If you're fixing a car engine, the AI can overlay instructions right on top of the parts. In this world, pulling out a phone starts to feel incredibly clumsy. But okay, if smart glasses are the bridge, where are we actually going? What's the final destination of this revolution? This is where things get wild and fast. And I want to be super clear, this is not science fiction. This is happening right now. Just 2 months ago, Elon Musk's company, Neuralink, officially went from doing clinical trials to full-on automated mass production. And just this month, we saw working smart contact lens prototypes. This is real. This number is everything, 1,024. That's how many electrodes Neuralink's robot can surgically implant in a brain in less than 20 minutes. It's not a lab experiment anymore. It's a commercial product. This tech is a total game changer, basically opening up a high-speed data port directly to your brain. And this is the real shift. We're moving to a world where you don't scroll through your photos. You just think of a memory, and the system shows you the image. Just let that sink in. You're not just replacing typing with thinking. You're replacing the whole idea of an interface with pure, direct intent. So all this innovation, this incredible, mind-bending leap forward, it all leads to one massive question. Why? Why is every single tech giant racing to kill the screen and move the internet onto our faces and literally inside our heads? The answer, well, it's not just about making things easier. The answer, well, it comes down to data. But not the kind of data you're thinking of. This is something on a scale that is almost impossible to imagine. This right here, this sums up the whole game. In the smartphone era, companies saw your digital tracks, what you clicked on, what you typed. In this new era, they see what you see. Your entire, unfiltered reality becomes a data stream for them. See, when your interface is always on, whether it's glasses or an implant, it stops being a tool. It becomes a non-stop sensor for a massive advertising engine that's constantly learning, fueled by the raw data of your life. And that, of course, brings us to the biggest dilemma of all, the deep, ethical question that we are just not ready for. What happens to us, to our humanity, when the line between self and software just disappears completely? The upside is unbelievable, right? We're talking about technology that could cure paralysis and blindness. But the downside is terrifying. Experts are already sounding the alarm about neural hacking. I mean, imagine a security breach that doesn't just steal your password, but can actually change your memories, push you to make certain decisions, and attack your very sense of who you are. And then there's the money. With these implants costing somewhere between $40,000 and $50,000, this technology could create a brand new biological divide, a deep, maybe permanent gap between the people who can afford to upgrade their brains and everyone else. And that's really the heart of this whole thing, isn't it? The technology is stopping being some external tool we can pick up or put down. The system isn't outside of us anymore. We are becoming the interface. So yeah, this is the end of the smartphone, but it's the beginning of a choice we might not be able to undo. As we're standing right here on the edge of this new world, you have to ask yourself, are we really the masters of this new machine? Or are we just becoming its latest, most integrated hardware update?